This year, the weather season is likely to be going to dominate by, the system is called La Nina. Now, this will be the third consecutive year where the weather patterns are going to be dominant. Joining us now to give us a forecast of what we're likely going to experience as far as the weather is concerned is Vanetia Phakula, who is a forecaster at the South African Weather Services. Vanetia, thank you very much for your time. Is it true that we are to expect abnormal rain in the coming months? And if so, just how much?
Okay. Yes, it's true. In terms of us having a La Nina, that is true. In terms of abnormal rainfall, they don't refer to them as abnormal rainfall. What they refer to them is above normal rainfall. So you might find that on average, say for instance over Gauteng, on average between September, October and November, the amount of rainfall that is measured over that province, it's maybe, let's give it 50 millimeters on average for the 3 months. If we're expecting above normal rainfall, it might happen that on average for those 3 months, you get like 55 or 60 or even more. So they refer to it as above normal rainfall. And this above normal rainfall is expected over most of the parts of the country. But for the southwestern parts, like your Western Cape and some parts in the Northern Cape, they are expecting below normal rainfall for this season of September, October, November.
Sure, that's very interesting indeed. And so people would immediately worry about flooding. We saw in the April floods that we've just come from and the devastation that that brought with it. Is that, should we expect similar occurrences?
Yes. With us expecting above normal rainfall in most parts of the country, it is an indication, and it also gives the disaster management heads up to prepare themselves for areas that are prone for flooding. So those areas that are prone for flooding, whenever the South African Weather Service is forecasting rainfall, they automatically need to be on alert in case we have a situation like we had in April and May in KZN and some parts of the Eastern Cape.
The agricultural sector, Vanetia, while they will be happy with rain, but above normal rainfall can also affect the agriculture industry. Am I correct in saying that? And explain that to us, what the above normal rainfall usually says about the agricultural sector, or how it impacts on the agricultural sector.
Look, like you said, above normal can be a good thing for the agricultural sector, as long as the rainfall that they will be experiencing during the season that we are in, it's not rainfall that will result in heavy rainfall that might result in flooding. So because we're expecting above normal rainfall, there are provinces that might experience significant amount of rainfall, but the rainfall might not lead to flooding because they're probably not flood prone areas, but there are areas that might have significant rainfall, and that rainfall can lead to flooding. So if they work together with disaster management, because they have a knowledge of areas that are prone to flooding, if they work together with disaster management, they would know whether their area or their agricultural area is in an area that is prone to flooding. And if you have information well ahead, you are able to prepare and prevent certain losses, especially financially. But you cannot prevent losses completely, but at least it helps you to give a heads up, and come up with some contingency plan to work ahead before this rainfall starts happening, and at least you can save yourself from significant amount of financial loss.
Sure. All right. So just a quick recap for viewers who may have just joined the conversation midway. So you're saying that the provinces that may not be as worst affected by these above normal rainfall, it's going to be the Western Cape and the Northern Cape. Are we correct to assume, therefore, that the rest of the, 6 provinces, or I think 7 provinces, are those provinces likely to be affected?
Those provinces are likely to be affected by above normal rainfall. And again, if you look at the Northern Cape, it's mostly their western parts that might not be affected by the above normal rainfall, but the other areas in the Western Cape, they might be affected by above normal rainfall. And the same applies to the Eastern Cape. It's the eastern half of the Eastern Cape that might be affected by the above normal rainfall, but the other parts of the Eastern Cape might be below normal rainfall. And let us just say it for the public as well. When we say above or below, it does not mean those who are below, they will not see rain at all. They will see rain, but it will just be below the normal rainfall that they will get for this season, which is September, October, November.
What about Gqeberha? That province or that municipality, they have been talking about day zero. Are rains likely to be, are rains expected for that part of the Eastern Cape?
And unfortunately, when we look at Gqeberha, they fall under the below normal rainfall for September, October, November. So we're hoping as the seasonal forecasters are updating their seasonal forecast, maybe for December, January, February, they might see themselves being included in the above normal rainfall. But for now, for September, October, November, they fall under the below normal rainfall.
Vanetia Phakula is a forecaster at the South African Weather Services. Thank you very much for that update.